Charnwood, woodworking machinery at its best.
Hi, I'm Charlie and this is the PT200 8-inch planer, 5-inch thicknesser. It comes complete with push pads, a setting jig for the knives and some Allen keys. It's powered by a 1500 watt, 2 horsepower motor that drives a 2-blade cutting block. Now that turns over 9,000 RPM, which this is the important bit, folks, 18,000 cuts a minute. It gives a really great finish. Before we start using the PT200, it's important we arrange extraction. And what I've done here is I've coupled the PT200 up using the 100mm dust extraction port that comes with the PT200 to a DC50 auto. And we're ready to party. As you can see, the hose is connected, the plug is into the back of the DC50 auto. What I have to do first is arrange the safety shield so that we don't cut our fingers off. So place it up and I slide that across to ensure that the cutter block is shielded. I then set, the next thing I do is if I remove the winding handle there, you can see that we're altering the depth of cut here up to a maximum of 2mm depth. So, we've planed a datum, a flat surface. Our next mission is to plane a second datum on the narrow side, and we do this by pressing this flat surface, and we know it's flat, we just put it through the planer against not the base, but we're going to put it against the fence. And then that will mirror the angle that this is set at, and we can then get into the thicknessing process. Okay? So we'll just set the fence, very simple, very quick, very easy. Push that across, like so, and away we go.
Let's talk miter fence. The machine's fitted with an extruded aluminium rigid fence, and this is adjustable between 45 and 90 degrees relevant to the table face. To ensure accuracy and repeatability of cut, the fence is fitted with 2 lock stops, one at 90 and one at 45 degrees. And here we can see a 45-degree miter being put onto a piece of stock wood. A nice clean cut. Let's return to the second cut.
So we've now made a second datum, and that angle there mirrors that angle between the fence and the table. What we're going to do now is put it through the thicknesser. Why do we use the thicknesser? Why don't we just plane it on the top? Simple answer. We can make a flat surface, but when we plane it on the top, what we can't guarantee is that that surface that we've made will be parallel to that surface. We may have a flat surface, but it may not be parallel. What the thicknesser does is it makes the opposite faces parallel, and that is why we use it. To convert the PT200 into thicknessing mode, you need to move the guards, the fence, and relocate the dust extraction.
First off is the cutter block shield. That leaves the cutter block exposed. Then it's the turn of the fence, and we're looking to loosen those 2 set screws by the use of the Allen key supplied with the machine. Once loosened, you can then remove the fence. Next off is the dust hood. You remove the 2 clips invert it, put it on top to cover the exposed cutter block and relocate the pins. The pins are what initiates the micro switch that prevents the machine working without the guard. Next we pull out the table extension and we refit the rise and fall handle. Next on will be the dust extraction, and there we have it, ready to work. Adjusting the depth of cut. Turning the handle clockwise will raise the table. Turning the handle anti-clockwise will lower the table. Let's get back to the job in hand. Thicknesser has a 5mm minimum capacity and a 125mm maximum capacity. There we have a nice finish from the machine, and we can see that both the top and bottom surfaces are parallel to each other. The auto feed pulls the stock through at 8 meters per minute, which enables the cutter block with its 18,000 cuts a minute to give a really nice finish. And again, we see the opposite faces are parallel. On the back of the machine we find a push stick to complement the push pads and a cable tidy. And finally, the all-important figures. And to remind you good folk that the cutter block rotates at 9,000 RPM. It has 2 knives in it, which means we have 18,000 cuts a minute from this machine. Parallel opposing sides by PT200. Cleanup squad DC50 auto. For full details and to find your local stockist, please visit www.charnwood.net. Thank you for watching. Charnwood, proud to be a family business.